In the heart of ancient India, during the time of the Buddha, there was a small village named Sanasa. This village was known for its simplicity and the close community that thrived within it. Among its residents was a kind-hearted young man named Sudha, who was known for his extreme generosity and kindness. Sudha would go out of his way to help anyone in need. He would give away his food, clothes, and even his money to those who asked. His selflessness was admired by many, but it also brought him considerable hardship. Despite his good intentions, Sudha often found himself taken advantage of by those who saw his kindness as a weakness. One day, as Sudha was working in his fields, a group of travelers approached him. They looked tired and hungry, and without a second thought, Sudha invited them to his home. He offered them food, water, and a place to rest. As night fell, the travelers, seeing Sudha's generosity, demanded more and more from him. They took his belongings, ransacked his house, and left without any gratitude. Sudha was devastated. Despite his unwavering kindness, he felt used and disrespected. Seeking solace, he decided to visit the Buddha, who was residing in a nearby monastery. When Sudha arrived at the monastery, he found the Buddha sitting under a Bodhi tree, surrounded by his disciples. With a heavy heart, Sudha bowed before the Buddha and recounted his story. "Great teacher," Sudha began, "I have always believed in being kind and generous, but my kindness has brought me nothing but pain and suffering. People take advantage of me, and I am left with nothing. What am I doing wrong?" The Buddha listened with compassion and then spoke gently. "Sudha, kindness and generosity are indeed noble virtues, but they must be balanced with wisdom. Let me tell you a story that might help you understand. In a distant kingdom, there was a wise king named Ananda. He was beloved by his people for his fairness and generosity. King Ananda had a beautiful garden that he cherished deeply. This garden was filled with rare flowers, fruits, and a small pond with crystal clear water. One day, a group of wandering monks came to the king's palace. Seeing their state, the king invited them into his garden and offered them food and shelter. The monks were grateful and blessed the king for his generosity. As time passed, more and more travelers heard about the king's kindness and came to seek his help. King Ananda welcomed them all with open arms. However, not all travelers were sincere. Some of them began to take advantage of the king's generosity. They demanded more than they needed, destroyed the garden, and even polluted the pond. Despite the growing chaos, King Ananda continued to be kind and generous, hoping his actions would inspire others to be good. But the situation only worsened. The once beautiful garden turned into a desolate wasteland, and the king was left with nothing but regret. One evening, a wise sage visited the kingdom. Seeing the state of the garden and the king's distress, the sage approached King Ananda. "Great king," the sage said, "your heart is pure and your intentions are noble, but you have misunderstood the true essence of kindness. Kindness without wisdom can lead to suffering." The king, eager to learn, asked the sage to explain further. The sage smiled and said, "Kindness must be like a river, flowing freely but with boundaries. It must nourish and give life, but it should not allow itself to be polluted. You must learn to say no when necessary and protect what is precious." The sage continued, "True kindness is about balance. It is about understanding the needs of others while also taking care of oneself. When you give too much without consideration, you deplete your own resources and harm yourself. Wisdom lies in knowing when to give and when to withhold." King Ananda realized his mistake. He began to rebuild his garden, setting boundaries and ensuring that only those who genuinely needed help received it. He learned to say no when necessary, and with time the garden flourished once again, becoming a symbol of balanced kindness and wisdom. As the Buddha finished the story, he looked at Sudha with gentle eyes. "Sudha, like King Ananda, you must learn to balance your kindness with wisdom. It is important to help others, but it is equally important to protect yourself from those who seek to take advantage of your generosity." Sudha pondered over the Buddha's words and asked, "But how can I know when to say no and when to give?" The Buddha replied, "It is a matter of mindfulness and discernment. Observe the intentions of those who seek your help. Genuine need is different from exploitation. Practice mindfulness to understand the difference. Use your intuition and do not be afraid to set boundaries. Remember, true kindness comes from a place of strength and wisdom. Suda felt a sense of relief wash over him. He thanked the Buddha for his guidance and returned to his village with a renewed perspective. He continued to be kind and generous, but with a newfound wisdom that allowed him to protect himself and help others more effectively. In the following months, Suda's life changed significantly. He was still generous, but he no longer allowed himself to be taken advantage of. He helped those who truly needed it and gently turned away those who sought to exploit his kindness. His fields flourished, his home remained intact, and he felt a sense of balance and peace that he had never known before. Suda's story spread throughout the village, inspiring others to follow his example. The villagers learned that kindness, when tempered with wisdom, could create a harmonious and supportive community. They began to practice mindful generosity, ensuring that their help was genuine and not misplaced. One day, as Suda was working in his fields, he noticed a familiar group of travelers approaching. These were the same people who had taken advantage of him before. This time, Suda approached them with a calm and confident demeanor. "Welcome," he said. "How can I help you today?" Moral of the travelers: kindness is a noble change in attitude, but it must be balanced with wisdom. They realized that they could no longer kind without setting boundaries can lead to exploitation. Suda, sensing their hesitation, continued, "True kindness involves understanding the needs of others, but I will not tolerate dishonesty or greed. By practicing mindful generosity, I will do my best setting clear boundaries. We can ensure that our kindness is genuine and sustainable. Confessed their wrongdoings in life, it is important to help others, seeing that it is genuinely important to protect ourselves from those who seek to take advantage of our generosity. He set limits on kindness with wisdom. We made sure that his harmonious and supportive community where everyone thrives. Suda learned that true kindness is not about giving inspiring and helpful, but about giving wisely. Please give this video a thumbs up. He understood that by setting friends and family who might benefit himself and still be of service to others. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts, a source of strength, or any personal experiences you'd like to share. Moral of the story. And most importantly, kindness is a noble channel for more life-changing stories and motivational content. Being too kind without setting boundaries can lead to exploitation and suffering. Thank you for your support. True kindness involves understanding the needs of others while also taking care of oneself. By practicing mindful generosity and setting clear boundaries, we can ensure that our kindness is genuine and sustainable. In life, it is important to help others, but it is equally important to protect ourselves from those who seek to take advantage of our generosity. By balancing kindness with wisdom, we can create a harmonious and supportive community where everyone thrives. Thank you for watching. If you found this story inspiring and helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family who might benefit from these teachings, and don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts or any personal experiences you'd like to share. And most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more life-changing stories and motivational content. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you for your support, and see you in the next video.